Hi everyone and welcome to the Natalie Miles show. Hope you're well. How are you doing? How is your heart feeling today? I am really looking forward to sharing with you this week's energy forecast, November 24th to November 30th. It's the last week of November. Can't believe it's the last week of November. November has definitely felt on hyperspeed. If you've been watching or listening to these for a while, you'll have heard me talk about how time has really sped up through this year, how time, as we move through to 2025 has been like crazy fast. And this is where we're at. We're in this kind of final flung of energy before we hit December. So how's your heart feeling? How is your body feeling? The energy theme for November is the flare. The flare. If you haven't accessed your full November energy forecast, you can go and download it now on my Substack. You'll get the full 35-minute video, binaural beats, activation, and a card spread for the month. So if you're interested in knowing more, go and access that. But why I'm bringing the flare up is because I did a shout out on my Instagram last week, and just to ask how the flare was showing up for people in their lives right now. And because I always find it really fascinating to see how the monthly energy forecast theme is kind of coming up in the collective in our own personal lives. I mean, in the collective, the flare is, you can see it happening with the bubbling over of the Russia-Ukraine. You can see the flare showing up with the tensions since the US elections, with Trump gaining power, and how Democrats are feeling about that. In the UK, the farmers are out protesting with their tractors in London, protesting inheritance tax and the recent UK budget. There's a lot flaring up. And one of the most interesting things I thought that came through on a personal level was lots of people talking about bodies, that they are experiencing flare-ups in the body, health things come up for them this month, and it's making them have to really look at their body and health and how that's working. Just sharing with that with you, one, so that if you are experiencing body flare-ups, that you realize that you're not alone, that it is also part of the collective energy, but also for you to have a think about how the flare is moving through your world and your life right now. And this week's energy forecast really goes with this energy theme of the flare as well. And I'm going to weave that in as for you. Because this week's energy forecast, when I sit and I tune in to what the energy is for this week, 24th to 30th, it really drops in that the phrase that keeps coming up is, it starts with you, it starts with you, it starts with you. And it's interesting because we're the ones with our flare in our hands. It starts with us. The light starts with us. The movement starts with us. And so it's really important for us to look at how we're in charge of the flare. We're in charge of this energy. And we are in this time of reflection, though. And looking at who we are and what we're about as we wrap up or begin to wrap up what 2024 has meant for us, what we've experienced, what we've moved through. We've all been through a lot. There's been lots of changes, lots of letting go, lots of releasing, lots of death and endings. And it starts with us because it's about not repeating ourselves. It can feel right now that there is a test of who we are and what we're about and how we show up and what our beliefs are and what's important. And we're defined by our choices. And that is really coming to a head right now, where we're looking at our choices and seeing and realizing how we're defined by them, but also how we navigate life's challenges and problems and obstacles. And we're really reflecting and seeing that for what it is, but also seeing that as a really empowering thing of, it starts with us. It starts with me here right now. And it's a beautiful build off the back of last week's energy forecast theme, which was the spiral, which was talking about how we can spiral down and down and down into ourselves. And that can be seen as a negative thing, but also it can be seen as a way of anchoring. And spiraling can also be spiraling up into transformation and new beginnings and new ways of doing things. And so there is a lead on energy from the spiral to, it starts with us. We are the point. We are the point in the middle of, where the waves ripple out from, where this spiral opens up. And so it's big and it's important, because you might be feeling like, have I made the right decision? Or reflecting on the decisions that you've made in the last couple of months, the last week, as you step more into your authentic self. And you might be asking yourself like, oh shit, well, what if I fail? What if I've made the wrong decision? What if it doesn't happen? What if I really want to happen and I've created this space for it to happen? Actually, what if it doesn't? And so if you're feeling like you're in that category this week, it's important to trust where you're at. And there is also this energy this week of remembering your wisdom. It starts with you. Your wisdom is here. You have all the wisdom and all the knowledge that you need right now to guide you, to support you, and move you forward to where you want to be. And sometimes it's about believing in our own wisdom and accepting who we are. And I think this notion of acceptance this week is going to be really important, especially when the outside world might be, again, flaring up, bubbling over, intensity in the news, uncertainty, fear. It can bring in a lot of hopelessness and overwhelm. And so there is this kind of, and it's important to know what's happening in the world. It's not about shutting yourself off, but also it's about looking after your energy, doing your energy clearing. Again, it starts with you. And that is going to be a phrase I know I'm going to be using this week to check in back in with myself and with my own energy, being like, Natalie, it starts with me. It starts with me. So if I'm feeling lost or uncertain this week, or I'm making big decisions, I'm going to take that pause in that moment to really drop into my own intuition, to listen to what my body is communicating with me today, and be like, okay, this starts with me. I believe in my own wisdom. I believe in my own power. I can see everything happening around me, but how can I be the best version of myself today? How can I be me in my authentic decision making? And also, do you know what? Sometimes the life failures, the twists, the turns, the obstacles, you really discover who you are and what you're about. And I think that is really potent as we move through into this last month of 2024. Next month I am going to be channeling through the 2025 energy forecast. I do it as a live event, so if you are wanting your 2025 energy forecast, you can either join me live or sign up and get the replay. But I love this, so just keep an eye out for that, because I'm going to be releasing details for that December 1st. Also, it's important to notice and to share with you that Mercury does go retrograde this week on the 25th of November. So, this is a time of reworking, relooking, reorganizing, reflecting, not to be feared. Mercury retrograde is not here to be feared. I find it a really powerful time of reevaluating what's important. And hey, what an amazing time for that to happen right before we move into a brand new year. If you're in North America, it's also holiday season is kicking off. It's Thanksgiving this week. So if you are getting together with family members, or it's a difficult or challenging time of the year for you as it brings back memories, moments, challenging things with family. It's, again, I think this phrase of it starts with me it starts with you is like really important. It starts with us. It starts with I. And I think just looking after your own body and your own energy as you move through that week will be important, and navigating energy clearing practices, having a salt bath if you're feeling overwhelmed by the holiday season and the energetics that brings. Look after yourself. The Black Friday stuff is insane again this year. It's not just Black Friday on one day. It's like Black Friday for the whole month. And oh my gosh, my inbox it's just too much. And so for me, it's been really powerful to be like, okay, unsubscribe, don't need this. But yeah, I think there's this, we're going to need to cultivate our own energy with the holiday stuff that's kicking around, but also the global news and its intensity. And also we're looking at our own personal choices and decisions and where we're at and what stays and what goes. And that can bring up a lot of big emotions and big feelings. But if you feel like you're being tested about who you are and what you're about, know it's part of this collective energy. And it starts with us. It starts with you. And I know that's, I'm saying that as you, I'm saying that because I'm talking to you right now, but it does. It starts for all of us individually. And we hold the flare. We all hold the flare, the light to the changes that we want to bring forward. The flare shows us the way, it guides us the way forward, it leads us through the darkness. And so if you're feeling like you're in that space, in that darkness right now, remember that flare is there. You have it, you have one, and it's guiding you forward in all the ways that you need to be held and supported this week. If you've enjoyed this, if you're watching on YouTube, please leave me a comment below. Please subscribe to my channel. If you're listening to this on a podcast, please rate, review, share. Please share with your friends, your family members, community, anyone that you feel would love to hear this message today. And I'll be back next week with a weekly energy forecast, and I will also be back 1st of December on Sunday. So the next forecast will I'll also be sharing the December energy forecast and what the December energy forecast has in store for us. So yeah, if you want that into your inbox, subscribe to my Substack. I'll put all links into the show notes of how you can get your hands on all of the things. Have an amazing week, and I will see you soon. Bye.